The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for four were provided by Four Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for four and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, A STEM initiative, students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are on the stage. We are at the big games. We are on the field. We are in the gym. We are on the move. Live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
From a cold Darien High School, we have the premier girls lacrosse matchup in the FCAC today between the #1 team in the state of Connecticut, the Darien Blue Wave, and they will play host to the #2 team in the state, the New Canaan Rams, a rematch of last year's FCAC championship in which New Canaan got the best of the Blue Wave by the final score of 7-4. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joining me in a bit will be the Darien freshman coach Mary Bennett, and a good matchup on hand. Darien entering play 5-0. And New Canaan 5-1 entering play. The sole loss for the Rams coming to a tough Victor Blue Devils team. They fell 7-8 in a very tight game, which the Darien Blue Wave came off a nice win against Victor 10-9. Had a nice little road trip to southwestern Connecticut going 1-1, but it's still pretty good for Victor. Should be a good one here. It is a little bit chillier in about mid-April, a Tuesday afternoon here at the Darien High School Stadium Field on this joint production of DAF Media and NCTV to bring you this live coverage of Darien and New Canaan, an epic rivalry, to say the least. They've met at numerous FCAC and state championships. Last year, 4 meetings for them, 2 regular season meetings taken by New Canaan, the FCAC championship, won by the Rams, then the big one, the CIAC Class L semifinals, which Darien bested the Rams 8-4 en route to their 18th all-time state title. Sticks are getting checked here. We're almost ready for the opening draw. Darien will be in their home whites this afternoon. New Canaan in their road reds. Canaan most recently on Saturday took the trip to Massachusetts. They took down the Longmeadow Lancers by the final score of 16-4 for their 5th win of the season. In conference, however, they are 3-0, currently tied atop, they're solely atop the FCAC East standings. As for Darien, their most recent game coming last week when they took on the Ridgewood Maroons out of New Jersey, taking them down 15-4. And in conference, they are 2-0, so a big conference match today. The winner of this will take sole first place of the FCAC East Division. And it's still early, but you'd like to see those early leverages. And the final sticks are being checked. We're now going to send you down to the field with the PA announcer Anthony Sweeney in the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Darien High School, home of the Blue Wave. Today's girls varsity lacrosse contest features the visiting team Canaan Rams, led by head coach Kristen Woods, assisted by Ellie McMahon. Starting lineups for New Canaan. Number 1, Carolyn Barron. Number 3, Dylan Patton. Number 5, Stella Nolan. Number 6, Kate Hardin. Number 8, Devin Russell. Number 9, Caroline Underwood. Number 10, Jade Lowe. Number 22, Catherine Norton. Number 23, Tyson Tully. Number 24, Ella Patterson. Number 26, Izzy Apel. And in goal today, number 42, Claire Mahoney. Starting today for the Blue Wave, led by head coach Lisa Lindley, assisted by Carrie Arafino and Carolyn Tortero. Starting today for the Wave, number 2, Chloe Humphrey. Number 4, Kelly Holmes. Number 7, Morgan Massey. Number 9, Captain Cece Stein. Number 10, Sadie Stafford. Number 17, Ryan Hapgood. Number 18, Emily Darby. Number 20, Maggie Ramsey. Number 21, Casey Benoit. Number 23, Kate DeMarc. Number 85, Captain Molly Monacchia. And in goal, number 1, Captain Shay Dolce. At this time, I ask everyone to please rise, face the flag, listen to our national anthem to honor America.
Beautiful rendition of the anthem. The sun's starting to peek through, and we're just about ready for lacrosse here in Darien. We're now going to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. First starting with the Darien Blue Wave, and they're starting 12 out for head coach Lisa Lindley. On the attack, Chloe Humphrey, the UNC commit, Kelly Holmes, Maggie Ramsey off to USC and McGuckin, and then on to the midfields. Ryan Hapgood, what a season she's had, off to Dartmouth in two falls, and there will be the Boston College All-American last season, Shea Dolce, protecting the pipes for Darien, and the rest of Lisa Lindley's starting lineup. And now on the other side for head coach Kristen Woods, her starting 11 this afternoon, and a lot of talent on that side as well. Dylan Patton, Underwood, Norton, Lexi Tully on the attack for the Rams. And then moving over to the midfield, the MVP of the girls' ice hockey season, Kaylee Harden, in the midfield, the senior captain. And then Claire Mahoney, number 42, another All-American in net for New Canaan. So a pair of All-Americans, Claire Mahoney and Shea Dolce. So it should be a good one as teams will huddle up. Once again, New Canaan 5-1 on the season. Darien a perfect 5-0. The Blue Wave ranked number 5 in the USA Lacrosse Magazine rankings. New Canaan up to number 7 in the Inside Lacrosse preseason rankings. And in the Nike USA, they're currently ranked at number 4 in the nation. The Blue Wave taking their posts, it will be the sophomore Sadie Stafford to take the opening draw for Darien. Unlike the boys' game, the girls start off with the draw, not the typical face-off that the boys get underway with. But it will be Sadie Stafford, her brother Jeremiah on the Darien High School boys team. And she'll take the opening draw against number 6 for New Canaan, Kaylee Harden, the senior, off to North Carolina in the fall. She'll be joining her sister, McKenna Harden, over for the Tar Heels. Harden and Stafford. And we are underway. Opening faceoff grabbed by Humphrey, and the Blue Wave will get the first possession in this one. Quickly there, a whistle, and we're gonna see a stoppage early in this one. The ref is gonna move for the yellow card, and just 13 seconds in, that's gonna be number 3, Dylan Patton, her first yellow card of the game, so she's gonna get the penalty on her. One more yellow card for Patton would be a foul out for her. Darien saw that in their game against Ridgewood. Lindsay DeVer for the Maroons fouling out in the first half, and Darien really took advantage of that on way to their 15-4 victory. So Darien will go man up for the next minute or so. Maggie Ramsey gonna move it around. Kelly Holmes now behind the net. Finds McGuckin. McGuckin being guarded tightly by Norton. Holmes now. Finding McGuckin. McGuckin sending the shot wide, grabbed by Ramsey. Holmes now, once again. CC Stein, the Michigan-bound commit. Mary Bennett now joining us on the broadcast. Mary, should be a good one here on hand today. Throwing you right in the action here.
Thanks, Darien.
Darien now with the first possession and the man up. It just expired. Humphrey now passing it off. Grabbed by Hapgood. And we will see the first 8-meter of the afternoon.
Yeah, this is a good hash for her.
Ryan Hapgood off to Dartmouth next fall, the Darien junior. On the top, taking it inside, shooting it and scoring. Ryan Hapgood capitalizing on the 8-meter, and Darien goes up 1-0.
Yeah, Ryan always does a good job of that. She's really quick. Her first step's really quick, and she's got a good, strong shot.
Take another look at it. Hapgood had 2 goals versus Ridgewood in the team's last game, and she puts the first one up in this one, beating Claire Mahoney. And now Stafford and Harden once again for the draw. Darien took the last one. They're going to look to go 2-0 on it. If you're New Canaan, you just got to try to get your first offensive possession in this one. Once again, flipped out to Humphrey, and Darien is in business now. Humphrey now taking it in. Off to Ramsey. Ramsey now at X with it. Bringing it around, passing it to Stein. Fake move over to Hapgood. She's driving and shooting and scoring. Ryan Hapgood, her second of the game.
That was Hapgood from Stein. They're always a good combo.
And you take another look at it, a great feed from CC Stein, the senior captain, and gives it off to Ryan Hapgood, and Hapgood striking again as Darien goes up 2-0, still just a couple minutes into this one.
Yeah, this is a nice start for Darien. You know, everybody gets all hyped up, and it's nice to get a couple of goals. They feel like they look crisp, but they look like they're strong, ready to go.
Both teams having the nerves coming into this one, knowing it's a big rivalry game, given the history. And Darien has so far striked early, as now the Rams will go to their draw depth as Devin Russell will step into the circle. Still matched against Sadie Stafford. Flicks this one up in the air. And Harden misses on it. Ground ball will be picked up by Russell. Devin Russell, the sophomore midfielder. Canaan's going to get their first offense of the game. Underwood. Moving it around to Patton. Stella Nolan now. Nolan, the Michigan commit, just a junior. Driving it, and that one deflected. That was Lexi Tully driving inside.
It was great defense by Darby. She just stuck with her and didn't get a foul, but managed to get the ball out of her stick. Ooh.
So there will be staying with the Blue Wave. Chloe Humphrey with the free position. That will be Stella Nolan moving behind her. Passing it off to Hapgood. Stein now had the assist on the last goal. Really a playmaker with the ball in her stick. Stafford now over to Hapgood. If you're New Canaan, you need to make your first stop of the game. So far 0 for 2 and trying to make a stop as Stein's now going to dodge with it. Losing it, and New Canaan comes away with it.
That was good defense.
Quick restart. Mahoney going to get it right back out to Patterson. Now Carolyn Barron, senior defender, trying to get it out of the zone. Clear it to the midfield. Low. Keeping it moving now, Barron. Across midfield with it. Using the speed past Benoit. Casey Benoit forcing it loose. But the whistle's going to stay with New Canaan. Underwood. Taking it behind. That's Morgan Massey guarding her. Harden. Canaan's keeping it moving. That's Devin Russell with possession. Behind the net now to Tully. Lexi Tully, ice hockey player for the Rams in the winter. Driving now with it is Patton. Shooting stopped by Shea Dolce.
You know, the fence always really feels confident when they know they have their back stopped by Shea there. She made a great save.
High pass there, caught by Sadie Stafford. We mention all the time Shea Dolce off to Boston College in the fall. A very talented goalie for her, the 3-year starter for the Blue Wave. Dolce struggled last year against New Canaan, but did have the big performance in that semifinal game of the state tournament to propel Darien to the state championship. It's now Kate DeMark. Right back to Ryan Hapgood. Maggie Ramsey. Keeping it moving out. Humphrey trying to wrap around, going high and scoring. Top shelf is Chloe Humphrey.
She looks like she shoots before she's even coming around the cage. She's just got such a deceptive shot.
Take another look at it. Humphrey comes around, hops up in the air and goes high of the stick of Claire Mahoney. And Chloe Humphrey had 7 goals last week against Ridgewood. She picks up her first one in this one, and Darien goes up 3-0. And Mary, if you're New Canaan, what are you doing here to try to calm yourself down and get back in this game?
I think you're really looking to stick with the basics. You got to get the draw. You got to work from when you get the ball down there. You got to stay calm and run your offense the way you like to run your offense, and see if you can just chip away at this lead.
This is a New Canaan offense that averages 14 goals a game. They're definitely accustomed to scoring and not used to being down 3-0 in the early goings. As now Stafford and Russell once again on the draw. So now in the open space, falling to the ground is Harden. That was actually Patton falling to the ground, but it comes away with Russell. Dylan Patton, now the senior, off to Cornell. Slowing it down. And keeping moving with Russell. Stella Nolan now. Bad pass there. Darien trying to pick it up, and they will with Ryan Hapgood. Great job by the Darien defense to force the turnover. And the whistle there, a quick restart for Hapgood. She's going to keep momentum. Stafford now. When picking up. As now CC Stein. Coming around with it, shooting and scoring is CC Stein.
Nice shot.
CC Stein, her first goal of the game, and Darien extends the lead to 4. Take another look at it. Stein from behind the net. Once again, wrapping around to that near side and going high on Claire Mahoney.
She saw her girl stuck on the other side and just took advantage of her speed to come around.
Claire Mahoney only rostered at 5'6", and Darien is taking advantage of that, going to that top right corner as they've scored twice there. We're still just a couple minutes into this one. Sadie Stafford and Devin Russell once again on the draw. Pretty even so far from the draw circle. Friendly 3-2 in favor of the Blue Wave. Actually 2-2. Rather the score on the draws. And that one won by New Canaan. Harden. Elbow there thrown by Humphrey. Quick whistle and a quick restart. Russell dodging there. Comes Devin Russell. He pushed off by Stein. Stella Nolan, the junior now, at X. Trying the wraparound. Sending the shot and stopped by Shea Dolce. The whistle will be blowing it as the flag and yellow card will be given to Casey Benoit. So New Canaan will have the man up for the next minute, and they will have the free position with Stella Nolan. Nolan on the near side.
Stella Nolan in position.
The 8-meter shot for number 5, Stella Nolan. She's going to retreat it, and New Canaan, knowing they have the man up here, going to be smart with it. Norton keeping moving around the perimeter. Great pass there. Harden fakes it out, makes a nice spin move.
I think Darien thought they were being called for shooting space there. They all kind of stopped for about half a second.
And a shot there, and scoring is Dylan Patton. And New Canaan gets their first strike on the board this afternoon. And you take another look at it, a great feed. Patton just going high and scoring. Dylan Patton, an All-American last season with 53 goals to her name. Picking up a big one for New Canaan right there as they're going to start to climb back into this game. Stafford and Russell once again will go at it.
Okay, so Darien's still a man down. Casey Benoit on the side. That in college lacrosse you get released if they score a goal, but in high school it's 2 minutes non-releasable.
I was just looking
for
for
a
that
yellow card.
Just looking for that, Mary. Looking for Casey Benoit, getting covered by the scorer's table. And about another 30 seconds or so on the man up for New Canaan. They're going to look to potentially add another one to it. New Canaan will get it. Dylan Patton started outside of the attacking zone. And she'll quickly take it in. The attacking third, rather. Moving it around, Underwood. At the top to Harden. Norton out, keeping it moving. Lexi Tully, the sophomore. Devin Russell, another sophomore for this young New Canaan team. Trying to get crafty with a nice move. Harden out. He met with Stein. Trading out a bad pass there, staying with it though is Catherine Norton. And Darien will come away with it. Sadie Stafford. And the whistle will be turning it over to New Canaan, the Darien sideline in disbelief. Just outside of the arc will be Caroline Underwood.
Now Case is coming back on the field, so they'll be back to full roster on the defense.
Casey Benoit, a big-time defender. Darien's glad to have back out on the field, committed to Syracuse, just a junior. Someone head coach Lisa Lindley has been really happy to use mainly as a defender this year. Last year, used as a midfielder. Driving now, taking it behind the net. Devin Russell, forced to retreat. Canaan looking for the quality of the possession. Harden, keeping it moving. Lexi Tully, over to Dylan Patton. Patton being double teamed, gets the pad off. Here's Russell now. Taking the shot and scoring is Devin Russell. And New Canaan cutting the deficit in half as it's 4-2. Devin Russell scored in the FCAC championship last year, and she picks up her first one right there, beating Shea Dolce.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Darien that they really held them all the way through that 2 minutes, and they were doing their defense was really well done. That was that one unfortunate call, and New Canaan still came up with the ball. But there's still a lot of lacrosse left to play.
There is indeed 14 minutes, 32 seconds left in this opening half. And that's something, if you're down, you got to be proud of, holding New Canaan for that 2 minutes and not being able to finish, but still some positives coming out of it.
Absolutely.
And now it will be Stafford and Russell once again on the draw. Canaan has taken the last couple of them. As they're climbing back into this game, 2 unanswered goals so far. And they're going to call that one off and redo it. The retry now. Need to pull out a little cold here at Darien High School Stadium field. As you can hear the wind at home. This one better, and Harden jumping up, making the grab. And New Canaan now going to get the offense. Overshooting her teammate Norton. That one is going to stay in play with the Rams. On the ground. Someone's trying to come away with the ground ball. And it will to Darien. Emily Darby on the far side. Darby, quick pass over to DeMarc. Molly McGuckin now.
So now Darien needs to really settle and run their offense. It's been a while since they've scored.
Kelly Holmes.
They're giving their defenders a break a little bit.
Ramsey. Back over to McGuckin. They're just going to keep the ball moving going. Lob pass there, incomplete. It's on the ground. And New Canaan comes away with it. A pelt. Comes away with it. And she's now going to pass it off to her teammate.
Chloe Humphrey What a great ride.
Humphrey, the #1 ranked player in the Inside Lacrosse class of 2023 rankings, getting the turnover for the Blue Wave. Now setting up this offense. McGuckin over to Holmes.
She came all the way from behind the goal on that one when New Canaan came up with the ball and chased that girl down with the ball and took it away from her.
And Humphrey stays with it despite the effort from Patterson.
Looks like does she still have her goggles on?
Goggles look a little up from her, and I think the whistle's going to tell her, or the ref's going to tell her to put the goggles down. I think that's what she was trying to adjust and lost possession for a second.
I think she got hit in the face and it pushed her goggles up, and she was trying to adjust it, and the ball went down.
And the referees are now going to conjure on this one. Potentially, if there was a hit to the face, that would result in a yellow card. And remember that Dylan Patton got 1 yellow card in the opening 30 seconds, so if she gets another one, potentially could be fouling out of this game.
Of course, the ref is going to have to remember who was on Colby when that happened in order to make that call, so I doubt that's going to happen.
And no further call made, so play will resume. Humphrey passing it over to Stafford. Ramsey. Humphrey now, 1 goal to her name. Great pass there at Hapgood. She's driving inside.
Yes.
And scoring her 3rd for the hat trick, Ryan Hapgood, the junior, and ends the scoring drought for the Blue Wave. Take another look at it. A great pass from Stafford to a cutting Hapgood, and just beats Claire Mahoney. And now Maggie Ramsey will come into the draw circle. So head coach Lisa Lindley will make the substitution, and she will be met with Lexi Tully. Both teams
both shifting.
Tully and Ramsey, senior and a sophomore. And Ramsey grabs that one one-handed. Maggie Ramsey playing basketball for Darien in the winter, going up, grabbing the ball there.
Well, she's got it in her blood. Her sister was also a very good draw control specialist when she was at Darien High School.
And Maggie will actually be heading off to USC to join her sister, Katie Ramsey, for the Trojans next year. Canaan trying to come away with something hard, and it will be Hapgood using the speed. Holmes. Net. CC Stein. Coming around with it. Humphrey now making a move. Shooting. And picked up rebound.
Yes.
And
shoot.
No goal is called there. McGuckin thought she put that one
in. She was sure she put it in. I guess the ref must have missed it.
Hopefully our crew's got the replay of that one. We'll take a look at it in a second, but Darien thought they scored the goal. No goal call, or no goal was called. So they're going to force to...
Okay, we're going to start the play over.
Stein now coming around, spinning and sending that one out of play. Clock keeps ticking. Humphrey. Over to Stein at X. Ramsey being met with Patterson. And Maggie Ramsey will be awarded the 8-meter shot.
This is one of Maggie's strengths. Watch this shot.
Ramsey gonna wind up, shooting, and
again. Oh no, they called that a goal.
That one they're gonna call a goal. The ref had to think about it. That one scored for Maggie Ramsey. You take another look at it, hit off that top crossbar, bouncing and crossing the goal line.
Just too fast for Mahoney to even see. She just takes one step and lets it rip.
And the timeout will be called by head coach Kristen Woods in New Canaan. And I'm wondering if our crew has that goal from McGuckin they didn't call off. Not sure if they do, but we're going to take a short break. Oh, this is the replay from Ramsey. We're going to take a short break, though, on the DAF Media Network, and we'll be right back after this. We're back here on the DAF Media Network after the Maggie Ramsey goal, 6-2 our score. And Ramsey will now take the draw. Braden Shank and Mary Bennett with you. So glad you could be with us here on the DAF Media Network or NCTV.
Happy to be here. Always happy to help out the DAF.
Ramsey and Hardin now on the draw. Hardin comes away with it, quickly being met with a pair of Darien defenders. And the whistle keeping it with the Rams. Underwood. Moving it around to Patton. Devin Russell. Right back off to Dylan Patton. 1 goal to her name. Canaan keeping with the possession. Rams now. Underwood. Being met with Darby. Darby pushing her away. Hardin now. Passing around to Russell. Russell shooting high of the net, staying with New Canaan. And they are going to award the free position to Devin Russell, the far official seeing something. And now Russell at the top of the arc. Shooting, stopped by Dolce. Rebound to Emily Darby on the ground ball. And Shea Dolce, 3 big saves for her this afternoon. He's going to pass it out to Hapgood. Mark, over to Massey. Stein. Across midfield over to Benoit. McGuckin now.
It's a nice patient clear on the part of Darien.
Especially
They had to bring the ball up and around and back.
It was all started by the big save from Shea Dolce on the free position from Devin Russell. McGuckin going to slow it down behind the net. Stafford. Over to Holmes. Stein.
That's Stein.
And that one will be picked up, over the stick of Stella Nolan. And it will be staying with Darien, so the Blue Wave dodging a bullet there. Jillian Vaught entering play for the Blue Wave. Off to Villanova next fall, a junior for Darien. Maggie Ramsey.
Well, in 2 falls, she'll be gone,
Two
right?
falls, yes.
She's Blue Wave still have her for another year.
Got to assume head coach Lisa Lindley is going to be happy about that one. Getting Vaught out there for some playing time next year. As that one risky pass intercepted by Kaylee Harden. And now Harden's going to come up the near side with it. Harden having 3 goals on Saturday against Longmeadow.
Oh, no.
Getting pushed to the ground, and she will be awarded the 8-meter shot to the near side. 6-2 our score in favor of the Blue Wave. Kaylee Harden with the free position. Harden going straight for the net. Shooting and scoring. And flag was pulled out on it. But they are still going to call it a goal. So New Canaan striking there, 6-3. Score moves to Kaylee Harden with the free position goal. And the flag getting called off, so no further penalties for the Blue Wave.
Two new players getting ready to go in. Brinley Bruman and Cece Stein.
Cece Chandler.
Cece Chandler, sorry.
Chandler will be off to Richmond in 2 falls. It's penalty, an automatic draw win for New Canaan. They start with the possession rather, Dylan Patton.
Yeah, that's how they called that
Yeah.
foul on the shot.
It's interesting, they put the flag out a little late on the goal call.
Yeah.
I think both teams were kind of wondering what the flag was on. Was it on New Canaan? Was it on Darien? As now they move it around to Dylan Patton. Patton now trying to get past DeMarc. Spinning around. Shooting high of the net. Staying with New Canaan thanks to Lexi Tully. Tully. Over to Russell. Devin Russell now. Dylan Patton, the senior, once again off to Cornell. She'll be joining her sister, Kendall Patton, for the Big Red. Once again, that's this fall. She'll be playing lacrosse there for Cornell. That's now Devin Russell. Tully being guarded by Massey. Darien doing a great job pushing New Canaan out. Keeping the clock ticking. Harden now. Great job by Benoit to play the tough defense.
Well, you'll notice that most of New Canaan...
Driving and scoring is Devin Russell. The sophomore for the Rams scores to make it a 2-goal game.
New Canaan's offense is very much sort of skewed to trying to go one-on-one and get through people. As they did there, you know, they really tried to penetrate one player, 2 players, and finally the 3rd player was able to do it. And a lot of times what they do that, and they're kind of counting on foul getting called for them for free positions.
Canaan, a team with a lot of offensive weapons in them. Dylan Patton, Kaylee Harden, Devin Russell. They got some other big ones. You know, they had Hollis Mulry for a little bit to start the season. She's out with an injury today. But they really have those big players they try to utilize and go to them on the one-on-ones, as you mentioned, Mary.
Whereas in Darien, it's much more of a system, and a lot more of their goals seem to be scored off of an assist or a drawn up or something that, you know, gets created by the offensive set.
Ground ball picked up by Dylan Patton off the draw.
Uh-oh.
Patton going straight for the net. Pushed off by Massey and DeMarc. And DeMarc comes away with it. Great aggressive defense from her. The Virginia commit. A junior for the Blue Wave. Bruman and Chandler coming out in the place of Hapgood and Stafford. Stein now. Passing it over to Stafford. Being double teamed, Barron knocks it loose and comes away with it. Carolyn Barron, the senior, all FCX second team defender for New Canaan last season. Now Stella Nolan. Nolan being met with Darby. Devin Russell. Pass wide open is Tully. Moving around, shot stopped by Shade Olche. Shade Olche has been a brick wall for Darien so far. Her fourth big save. Going to slow it down. A little over 2 minutes left in the opening half.
That was a really good stop by Shea at an important time.
And that's something Dolce knew coming into today, is that she was going to have those one-on-one situations, preparing herself to make the big stops against the big-time attackers of New Canaan, and she's so far done that today, only allowing 4 behind her. Humphrey now. Wide open. Seeing the opening. And she'll be granted the free position. This is something New Canaan does not want to see. Chloe Humphrey, a very talented shot here on this free position. Humphrey on the near side with it. Mahoney gets ready. Humphrey going low and scoring past Claire Mahoney. Chloe Humphrey, a big goal there, and really using the tricks up her sleeve, extending the lead to 7-4.
Yeah, she switched her shot. She just kept a little low bounce shot, like nutmeg the goalie right through the feet.
That's something you don't usually see from Chloe Humphrey. She usually, you know, goes high on the goalkeeper, and that time going low through the 5-hole of Claire Mahoney. And working for her.
This would be a really good draw control for Darien to win, so that they could hold on for the half.
Ramsey and Harden for the draw.
Both teams are these important draw controls for both teams.
A minute 45 left before the half. And this one's now going to move all the way to the restraining line. And backing over is going to be called, so we'll be given to Darien. Chloe Humphrey now, using the speed. And Mary, if you're Darien, are you holding for the last shot here?
Depends what Lisa wants. I don't know, they don't look like they are.
Humphrey now is going to head it off to Stein at X. Coming around. Humphrey trying to go low again, this time
hits
stopped
the pipe.
By Mahoney and that post. And they're going to try it again. Stein and Humphrey, the two playmakers at X right now. Coming to the other side now. Stein finding a cutting Stafford and stopped by Claire Mahoney.
That was a good stop by New Canaan.
First stop I can recall for Claire Mahoney this afternoon. Chandler's now going to hustle back onto the play. As New Canaan's coming down the field. Patton
marked up by Kate DeMarc, who's a fabulous runner. She was able to match her speed, which is great for Darien.
In and out, Kaylee Harden. That's something to Mark playing field hockey in the fall for Darien, picking up the speed there. As Harden now spinning past Benoit, taking it to the net. And that one is in, beating Shade Olche, falling to the ground. A great goal from Kaylee Harden. And they score right before the half. Harden's second of the afternoon.
Yeah, that showed the determination of a senior.
Kaylee Harden, a senior for this team. She had 5 goals last year versus Darien in the regular season. She picks up her second in this meeting, the only regular season meeting between Darien and New Canaan this year. Of course, with the addition of out-of-state teams back to team schedules, these in-conference games only getting the one meeting for the conference play. Ramsey and Tully for the draw, 11.3 left before the half. It's actually Ramsey and Tully. 11.3. Now one by New Canaan. They're going to try to go quick, maybe get a last shot up. Tully, 2 to shoot. Passing it off to Patton. And Patton will not get a shot off. And that will take us to the half. Darien leading New Canaan by the score of 7-5. Mary, what did you see in this first half?
I think these are two very athletic teams. It, kind of reminded me of it's just why the rivalry is so good, right? But they have a lot of talent on both sides, and they're working really hard. I think that we have a little more balanced attack coming off of Darien, and a little more individualized attack coming off of New Canaan. And New Canaan has managed. We talked when they were down 4-0. We talked about them really just trying to chip away at the lead, and they've done a good job. They settled down and they've worked their attack. I don't know what the draw control is, but it seems as though they had stronger draw controls against us.
They did indeed. Somewhere around the score of, call it 8-4, somewhere around there, 8-5. It was definitely close, but New Canaan having the upper hand in the draw control, and it's definitely set up their offense well. Our score 7-5 heading into the half. We're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation in this collab stream with NCTV. We'll be right back in 6 minutes.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We are at the big games. We are on the field. We are in the gym. We are on the move. Live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint
We're back here on the DAF Media Network, getting ready to start the second half. You are watching this joint production of DAF Media and NCTV. Our production crew this afternoon, all student volunteers from Darien High School and New Canaan High School. Sophie Davies, Skylar Stevens, Michael Mercine, Luke Damel, Emily Fox, Braden Shank with you. Mary Bennett joined alongside me, our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew, the NCTV advisor, Roman Sobolski. So a big crew working to bring you this live coverage on this Tuesday afternoon. Opening draw of the half, and won by the Rams, Devin Russell. Darien with the 7-5 lead to start this half. The whistle blown there.
There's a yellow card for Chloe Humphrey.
Humphrey knows that she's going to head off into the penalty box, if you will.
She never even stopped running.
One of those mistakes you make, you kind of know, own up to it, and New Canaan will get the man up for the next minute. Looking to capitalize, potentially get back for the next 2 minutes. Good correction, Mary. Darien doesn't show the penalty time on the scoreboard, so you just kind of have to eyeball it, hope for it.
Yeah.
Maybe take a guess or two.
I was just checking at what
Cut
it was.
there, and scoring is number 3, Dylan Patton. And New Canaan cutting it down to a 1-goal deficit. Underwood starting the play, getting it over to X with Tully, and then she hands it off to Dylan Patton to send it home for New Canaan.
That was a nice assist by Lexi Tully.
And of course, you have the man up for New Canaan, but also the fact that it's Chloe Humphrey, one of the biggest offensive weapons for Darien. So a double whammy for Darien on this one. And New Canaan, a big opportunity for them to capitalize and potentially now tie this game up. Ramsey and Harden. Harden with the draw control. And she's now coming down with the speed. Slowing it down, waiting for the offense. Pass over to Norton. Norton being pushed by Stafford. Patton over to Harden. And that one overshoots the
Darien ball.
Stella Nolan not able to get that one. Darien getting the turnover, and if you're Darien, just slow it down for a bit. Wait for Chloe Humphrey to come out of the box.
A little more than a minute.
Dolce off to Stafford. Massey now running around with it. Low pass caught by Dolce. To Mark, being double teamed there, sandwiched between Nolan and Russell. But now Stein will restart it for the Blue Wave. Whistle there, keeping with the Blue Wave. Darien still a man down with Chloe Humphrey out of the play. Benoit now on the near side. Again being double teamed, missed the check from Underwood. McGuckin over to Chloe Humphrey out of the box. Both teams now to even strength. Holmes behind the net now, coming around. Stein now. Whistle will be blown, and fraction on a pelt, giving CC Stein the 8-meter shot, or free position rather. CC Stein, clear shot, a clear view of the net. Making a move for the cage, shooting and scoring is CC Stein. Stein off to Michigan in the fall, and she extends the Darien lead to 2. Take another look at it. Great job by her going to that stick side of Claire. It's actually CC Patterson. New Canaan making a goalie change for the half, beating Patterson on that one. CC Patterson, a freshman, came in on Saturday against Longmeadow, making 5 saves in the win against the Lancers. Didn't even catch that to start off the half.
It's an interesting time to make a goalie switch. I mean, not that halftime, but just Claire had done well in the second half, and
especially Mahoney was picking up momentum towards that late half of that first half.
Yeah,
making 2 big saves, and Patterson, the freshman, will be starting for New Canaan next year, getting some playing time against a team like Darien. That's the other thing, if you're head coach Kristen Woods, it could purely be that, just getting her experience against a top-tier team like Darien, who she will be seeing for the next 4 years.
Absolutely. Well, that's why they're the coaches, right? They make the big bucks, so they make the big decisions.
And now Stella Nolan moving around to Underwood. Russell driving through a Darien player's rebound, picked up. Whistle will be blown. And the free position will be awarded to New Canaan. Devin Russell on the top of the arc. Russell stepping out of it. Over to Patton. Patton. Completing the pass to Underwood. Caroline Underwood, brother Maddox, playing through the New Canaan boys lacrosse system, graduating last year. Over to Devin Russell. Patton now shooting wide of the net. Dylan Patton, the stick that New Canaan wants shooting that ball. That time just going wide. Canaan with the restart. That's Russell. Treating it to Harden. Whistle is blown. Free position for the Rams. Benoit starting behind Harden. At the 8-meter line. Kaylee Harden at the top of the arc. Driving towards Dolce. Shooting and scoring is Kaylee Harden. Her third of the game. And it's an 8-7 game.
Darien up by 1.
We have ourselves a ball game here. Kaylee Harden, the senior for New Canaan. Scored versus Darien in the SEAC semifinal last year. Her third today has really been a key part of this New Canaan effort as they trail Darien by 1. DeMark now will come into the draw circle for her first draw of the afternoon. She'll be met with the senior Kaylee Harden, fresh off of her goal scored.
And Lisa moved Sadie Stafford up onto the circle. It'll be good to have her height.
And Harden's gonna...
Don't know what this is about.
Come out per request of the referee. They're gonna bring in Devin Russell. Looks like she's got maybe an undershirt or something that, nonetheless, the referee wasn't happy with something, sending Harden out of the play. And that one, ground ball fielded by Nolan.
You know, in the beginning of the game, this is when you're Darien, you start to think all the lucky breaks are going the other direction. All the balls are bouncing, and I think New Canaan was probably feeling that in the first 5 minutes of the game today, too. So everything was kind of going Darien's way.
Darien won those first 4 draws, and ever since then, it's really been all New Canaan on those draws. As now Norton will come out of the play for Kaylee Harden. Harden was subbed out per the referee's request. And Harden now touching the ball. Dylan Patton. Started off by DeMark. Canaan now going to look for the one-on-one. Here's Russell now. Russell shooting and scoring on the top shelf of Shea Dolce as Russell picks up her hat trick today and tying us up at 8. Take another look at it. Great job going stick side high of Shea Dolce. And for the first time since the opening draw, we are back to a tie ball game.
Yeah, she had a lot of speed. That was good. Just looked like she was running downhill, didn't she?
That's something we've been talking about all game. New Canaan looking for those one-on-ones, looking to go high on Shea Dolce and not set up the big plays. But it's been working for him so far today. That's now Maggie Ramsey and Kaylee Harden. Big draw here. Darien just looking for the draw control and try to get some offense. That one picked up by Humphrey. That was actually Chloe Humphrey who took the draw for Darien. Humphrey losing it, staying with it though. Holmes to Ramsey at X. Maggie Ramsey given a lot of run by Ella Patterson, her defender. Now McGuckin. Stein going inside, bad pass to Humphrey, intercepted by Patterson. And a risky quick pass there, falling to the ground was Nolan, but Canaan stays with the possession. Patton on the far side.
She needs some help.
Staying with it, ball pickpocketed from Kate DeMark, Benoit picking up the ground ball. Possession going to the Blue Wave. Team, of course, switching sides at the half. Darien now moving from left to right on your, or right to left on your screen. New Canaan moving from left to right. Darien in their home white jerseys. New Canaan in their road reds. Benoit getting through two New Canaan defenders. Cradling the ball, trying to stay with it. Now going to hand it off to McGuckin in the Darien offense.
I think we're going to see something from Molly soon.
Molly McGuckin off to Trinity College in the fall, has been kept off the stat sheet today. An oddity for her. Last week having 2 goals against the Ridgewood Maroons. McGuckin now.
Oh, too bad. That
stays with it. Darien looking to restart. Stafford. Dodging, shooting, bouncing. And possession staying with the Blue Wave.
It was a good effort by Sadie. She got through a few people and got a good shot off.
And now Humphrey. Right at the net, scoring in that top left corner, breaking our tie. Chloe Humphrey with the big goal. You take another look at it. Saw the slightest of a pocket on Patterson and went to that top corner. CC Patterson, the freshman, not able to stop that one. As Humphrey scores, timeout will be taken by the Blue Wave. A 9-8 our score. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network and NCTV. Back on the DAF Media Network. Chloe Humphrey scoring the big one for the Blue Wave, breaking our tie. Flag was out, so Darien will start with possession. Humphrey seems to be okay after a big fall from her. And now Stein started up for the Blue Wave out of the timeout. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining in the game. That's the most recent one taken by the Blue Wave. Benoit now. Staying with it. Passing it off to McGuckin. Ramsey. Off to Stein. Pass complete to Stafford. Stafford now trying to dodge. Losing the ball. And Stein for the help.
Kelly Holmes.
McGuckin. Right back over to her fellow. Over to CC Stein. Stein now. Flag is out. Shooting and scoring. It is the senior captain, CC Stein. Stein had the hat trick versus New Canaan in last year's state semifinals, and she picks up the hat trick in this one. And Darien takes the 2-goal lead. So CC Stein with the goal. And quick notification to the scorers table. Chloe Humphrey will now be wearing number 24 for the remainder of this game. She did see some blood on the fall that she had, and the ref's kicking her out of play, so she will be switching to number 24. Carrington Persinger, normally 24 for the Blue Wave, handing off the jersey to Humphrey. So now Humphrey and Tully for the draw. And that one grabbed by Dylan Patton. Harden. Moving it over now. Stella Nolan. Darby guarding her well. Canaan slowing it down. Devin Russell, 3 goals for her today. Get it over to Dylan Patton. Molly Reed, newly in play for the Rams, on the attack. That one there, a bad pass, wrapping around the stick, is half good. She's going to get called for it. Great position restart for Stella Nolan. Harden. Over to Molly Reed. Reed Jr., 3-sport athlete for New Canaan. Field hockey, lacrosse, and basketball. Harden. Right back over to Patton. New Canaan looking for an opportunity. Reed. Stella Nolan. At X. Wrapping around is Tully. She'll retreat her over to Reed. They're going to keep the possession here. Kaylee Harden will get the free position. Passes keep on coming. Canaan looking for the absolutely perfect opportunity as Chandler and Barron re-enter play. Reed. No attack made yet by New Canaan. Harden thought about it. Behind the net to Tully. Was cutting was Patton, no pass. Harden. Reed. Was met by Benoit, scared off. This one now shot and scoring from the stick of number 9, Caroline Underwood. A lefty attack, scoring for the Rams. You take another look at it. Great job by Nolan. Pass inside to Underwood, and she slams it home.
Yeah, she just got it in the middle there and that didn't pick her up.
10-9 our score, 12 minutes, 52 seconds left to play. A 1-goal lead for Darien. This is very similar to the game they played at last year here at Darien High School. A 10-9 victory for New Canaan in overtime. That That game on May 3rd of 2021. 10-9 our score right now. Sun coming out for the first time this afternoon. Still a little chilly here at Darien High School.
It's always a wind tunnel here at Darien High School. It could be 10 degrees colder here than it is at home, wherever you are.
I'd probably give them a little bit more than 10. Wind picking up as Darien will have the ball. Stein at the 20-yard line with it. Darien will be a little conservative with the ball, knowing they have the 1-goal lead.
Yeah, it looks like New Canaan got Chloe Humphreys in a face guard. So it'll be interesting to see what she does with that.
Stein. Being double teamed by Barron and Russell. For now, Hapgood. Scored the first two for Darien, passing it off to McGuckin. She's going to go high and score. Molly McGuckin, number 85, the senior captain, picking up her first of the afternoon and extending the Darien lead. Great feed from Sadie Stafford inside, and McGuckin falling to the turf scores.
Yeah, we knew it was time for Molly to show her stuff.
McGuckin, an all-FCAC and all-state first teamer last year. 51 goals for her last season. A big-time offensive threat for any opposition, as now will be draw ensuing. Chloe Humphrey for Darien, number 24 for the remainder of the game. Going up against Lexi Tully, a junior and a sophomore. Tully comes from a long line of lacrosse players. Her sister, Caitlin Tully, on the team, number 15. And a collision there, picked up by Tully. Play is stopped. Darien player is down. Humphrey a little slow to get up. Coach Lisa Lindley rushing out to her. And Humphrey's going to be taken off the field, checked by the athletic trainer. And that's something you don't want to see if you're a Darien fan right there. Jillian Vaught will enter play for Darien, the junior, in place of Humphrey. And New Canaan with the restart, Tully. Moving around now, Hardin, inside, pass, complete. The shot there, falling to the ground and scoring is number 9, Caroline Underwood. Take another look at it. A great feed, Underwood with the completion. Was being pushed off by her defender and still put one to the back of the cage. Actually, number 8, Devin Russell, my apologies, not number 9. Russell's 4th of the game. And a Canaan player down, that's Devin Russell.
It's nice to see her get up.
And Russell's now gonna head towards the sideline, as it will be Catherine Norton, the sophomore, entering play for the Rams. So a big goal from Devin Russell. Once again, my apologies on that one. That is number 8, Devin Russell with the goal, not number 9. And now it will be Humphrey and Hardin on the draw. Soon to be teammates over at the University of North Carolina. Harden will be off there in the fall. Chloe Humphrey joining her in the next fall. So 2 falls from now. And they will both be joining their sisters, McKenna Harden and Nicole Humphrey. So that Tar Heel team in a couple of years definitely going to be looking like a strong factor out of the ACC in Division I.
Whoa. Whoa.
And the ref going into the pocket. And that is going to be Dylan Patton. That is her second yellow card on the game. So I believe, if I remember correctly, that's a foul out for Dylan.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing her again.
So 11-10 our score. Dylan Patton has just fouled out of this game, and Darien will restart it. They will also get the man up. It's the second game in a row Darien has seen an ejection of a player. Last week they played Ridgewood, in which the Maroons' star offensive scorer, Lindsay Dever, got fouled out. So Patton has just fouled out of the game. Darien's going to look to capitalize on that with their 1-goal lead. Ramsey. Half good. Stein will be awarded the 8-meter shot here on the man-up situation for the Blue Wave.
It's really hard to stay out of shooting space in this setup for New Canaan.
Stein. An attempt there, no good, as Stein will score. New Canaan tried to knock it out of her stick. They were unsuccessful, as Cece Stein will pick up her 4th goal of the afternoon. And the Blue Wave will take the timeout as they lead 12-10. Mary, what do you think is going to be said in this Darien huddle right now?
I actually thought New Canaan was going to call that timeout. You know, I think this is a time when they just need to really be smart with the shots that they take and yet stay very aggressive on offense. And they need to keep pushing through. And then on defense, I think you need to just be really clean, play some clean defense.
And how about on the other side, on the New Canaan huddle, what do you think is being said there?
I think this is where you tell your players we have more grit than they do, and we need to go hard, and we're going to be fine even though we don't have our star player, because we have a lot of depth, and let's keep going.
So once again, number 3 for New Canaan, Dylan Patton, the senior off to Cornell, is fouled out of this game, and he's out there not familiar with the sport of lacrosse, basically an ejection. So she is done for the day. Her second yellow card, picked one up 30 seconds in. As the teams are huddling up, I'm going to give one more shout out to our production crew this afternoon. All student volunteers working to bring you this joint production of DAF Media and NCTV. Sophie Davies, Skylar Stevens, Michael Mercine, Luke Damel, Emily Fox, our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew, the NCTV advisor, Roman Sobolski, Braden Schenk, and Mary Bennett with you. So glad you could be with us. And we're going to, with that, transition into a commercial break here on the DAF Media Network. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. We'll be back after the timeout. We're back here on the DAF Media Network and NCTV face-off, or the draw rather, my apologies. Ground ball picked up by Harden. Canaan keeping it moving. That's Underwood, 1 goal for her this afternoon. Stella Nolan.
Well, one thing we could say is there's still a lot of lacrosse left to play. It's going to be a great last 10 minutes.
There is indeed 9 minutes, 19 seconds left in regulation. Darien with the 2-goal lead has now Catherine Norton checking back in as both teams back to even strength. Patton entering for the sideline. Her day is done. The man up for Darien is over. Underwood. Tripping on it was Nolan. Norton. Molly Reed. Canaan gonna look for that opportunity. Harden now past one defender, past a second. Shooting, stopped by Dolce. Rebound to the Rams, Underwood. Treating on it, swing and a miss was Nolan. Nolan staying with it, pass inside to Harden. Canaan keeping the lengthy possession. That one knocked to loose, but staying with it was Catherine Norton. DeMark now will get the turnover.
Nope.
And the whistle's gonna take it right back for the Rams.
Something the refs didn't like about that. It's a game where it's really hard to play defense.
And that one on the ground, picked up by Harden. The ball was loose for a second.
It's just so easy to get called on doing something wrong on defense. It's very challenging. That's why you have to have a lot of respect for defenders.
That one out Underwood. Especially as an official, you've got to give them a ton of credit. And they've done a great job this afternoon, the 3 officials out on the field. Darby. Back to Shea Dolce. Dolce makes a nice move. And trying to clear it out to Stafford. Stafford being double teamed by Reed and Norton. Pass Molly Reed. Hapgood. Sadie Stafford at the 20 with it.
That was just a really long defensive stand by Darien, so it's smart that they're taking a little time to settle the ball down on the perimeter.
And it's interesting because we enter the late parts of this game, and New Canaan, they don't really have the time to do that to set up the long possessions, especially down by 2 goals in the final 6 minutes. You might be seeing them with a little bit more of a quicker shot. Ramsey now.
They did get 2 or 3 shots off on that last possession, though, so you have to...
That's true.
I mean, they had it there a long time, but it's not like they just got 1 shot off. They didn't dilly-dally. They just were setting up a play.
Stein. On the outside to Hapgood.
It'll be interesting to see how long New Canaan will let us hold the ball. We'll let Darien hold the ball up.
Stafford. Hapgood, Darien, and no rush. 5.5 minutes left to play. A bad pass there. Barron's trying to grab it. Ball is still loose. And Kate DeMark.
Kate DeMark.
Pick up the ground ball.
By Kate. Using her speed to bring it down.
Great job by the Darien junior. Pick it up there. Stein. Getting them moving now. Once again, CC Stein. Over to Molly McGuckin.
So at this point in the game, you're trying to get the defense, draw the defense out, give them more space so there's more room to move and operate in the middle.
Molly Reed will go behind McGuckin on the free position. Quick pass over to Stein. She was looking for the cage. Now McGuckin cutting in front of the net. And that one is kicked and in! Darien with the soccer-style goal.
Soccer or hockey?
And I'm not sure who they're going to give that to. Maybe McGuckin, either off her foot or off her stick.
I got to believe it went off her stick. That's hard to see.
Makes sense. Molly McGuckin playing field hockey for Darien in the fall, accustomed to keeping it on the ground, but a great goal for Darien. They extend the lead to 3, and the Blue Wave will lead 13-10 into the final timeout of this one. We're going to take a short break and be right back on DAF and NCTV. Welcome you back to Darien High School. New Canaan taking their final timeout. Both teams now out of timeouts in regulation. After an important goal for the Blue Wave, took some time off the clock, resulted in a tick up on the scoreboard. 13-10, the Blue Wave lead. Will be Humphrey and Tully on the draw.
The draw control here is super important.
And if you're Darien, if you win this draw here, you are looking pretty having the possession. New Canaan, if you have it, you just got to look for a goal. And this one picked up by Russell. Devin Russell passing it over to Hardin. Stella Nolan now. 4 minutes left to play. Once again, the DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. In this joint broadcast today between DAF and NCTV. Treating with it is Nolan. Pass over to an open Molly Reed. She's going to see the lane and try to go with it, but gets it off to Tully. Hardin. Over to Molly Reed. Canaan going to keep it around the perimeter. Now driving inside, Tully. No shot there, staying with it. Hardin. Right back to Molly Reed. Stella Nolan now coming up the lane with it. Shooting off the post and off of Dolce, and she will come away with it. Shea Dolce now being pressured, a swing and a miss from Russell. And Darien now. Pass over shooting Stein. Barron past her stick, and the ground ball picked up by Holmes. Great job by the Darien sophomore to come away with it. Darien now in business. Stafford. McGuckin. And it's going to send Hardin behind Stein. Stein with the quick restart. Pass over to Ramsey. Ramsey shooting and scoring. Maggie Ramsey. And Darien a 4-goal lead.
That was quick thinking by Cece Stein. Just as soon as they got the foul, she took off and it left Maggie open.
Especially she saw Harden was talking with the ref, trying to figure out the call, used it to her advantage, just took off to the races, dumping it off to Ramsey. And great
shot.
Great shot by Ramsey, beating the freshman CC Patterson. As with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to play, Darien with the 4-goal lead, 14-10.
A lot can happen in 2 minutes, though.
And indeed, it's all about these draws, and New Canaan looking to get off a good start in the final 2 minutes. Draw. Won by Darien. Number 85, Molly McGuckin. Now on the far side.
Now's the time that New Canaan really needs to get the ball. So they should come out hard on Darien.
Peltz playing the tight D, and now it will be the turn of Lexi Tully. It's actually Patterson. Humphrey trying the wraparound, shooting, bouncing it in, and Darien adds another. Chloe Humphrey, her 4th goal of the afternoon, and Darien taking a 5-goal lead. Number 24. Chloe Humphrey once again wearing jersey number 24. And 5 goals. You got to assume Darien is in a good place right now, but 99 seconds left. Canaan, they definitely need to win this draw here.
That was a really nice shot. She came up from behind and she's such a quick turn and ability to shoot quickly. It's great.
Stein. It's not Stein. Actually, it is.
Yeah, no,
it
it's
is Stein
on the draw.
Thought I saw the glimpse of the 9. And the whistle staying with New Canaan. Tully. Over to Reed. Wide open pass there. And intercepted by CC Stein. Stein pass intercepted off the stick of Patterson. And that one
too bad for CC.
Going to New Canaan, under a minute left. Rams looking to add a couple to their tally before the game's over. .40 seconds now, that one. Complete to Harden. Being pressured by Hapgood. Barron on the far side. Here's Devin Russell. Shooting and scoring. The goal from Devin Russell.
Boy, she really just got through everybody there.
Her 5th of the afternoon. You take another look at it. 1, 2, 3 Darien defenders and shooting it past Dolce.
Slippery.
The sophomore for New Canaan. 5 goals for her.
She had a big day.
Yes, indeed. And with 19.5 seconds left, the comeback is near impossible for New Canaan, down by 4. But you never know.
I think we know that.
And then looking ahead, New Canaan on Thursday will host Eastport South Manor, a team from New York, at Dunning Stadium, 6 o'clock on Thursday. And then Darien, their next game will be next week against St. Joseph at back home. So a big game for them. They're supposed to play Garden City. That game, I believe, is postponed. And New Canaan pass there up in the air. And the clock will hit 0. And Darien will take down New Canaan by the final score of 15-11.
Well, you know, after last year losing in overtime and then losing 3 times, I think, before they finally pulled it out in the last game was, this is probably quite satisfying to this Darien team. And I think New Canaan will go home and look at film, look at a lot of film and see what they can do, and it'll be a great game again next time.
And Mary, any final thoughts on the day?
No, I just think it's going to be, it continues to be a great rivalry, and the teams are well matched, and we'll have to see what happens in the postseason or towards the end of the season.
Once again, Darien, the victors in this one, 15-11, and if there's anything history has shown us, these teams most likely will be playing in an FCAC or state tournament, so that might be in store later next month. But I'm going to give one final shout out to our amazing production crew, all student volunteers from Darien High School and New Canaan High School, Michael Mercine, Luke Damel, Emily Fox, Skylar Stevens, Sophie Davey, our DAF media advisor, Damian Andrew, the NCTV advisor, Roman Sobolski. So for our entire production crew, Mary Bennett, saying so long from the Darien High School Stadium Field, I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching this production of DAF Media and NCTV. We'll see you next time.